So this is the second video in the series, Up and Running with Sketch and Principle. In this video we're going to go over how to make vertically scrolling text that behaves in the way that we expect. And this is, if you remember during the last video, we ran into this issue where the text that we had inserted in these cards, which had text, it was cut off at the bottom. We weren't able to access all the text that was actually within that field. And this is actually an issue having to do with the way that we set up this app in Sketch. So if we go back to Sketch and if we look at one of these cards, we can see, let me select the text, we can see that there's actually a bunch of text, well not a bunch, a line and a half that's cut off. But we were sort of anticipating that all this text would exist within this rectangle, so what we did is we brought it up and we truncated it there at the bottom. And that is when it's imported into Principle, Principle will only import what is visible to it. So this is sort of a gotcha when working with Principle and Sketch together. You want to make sure that whenever you have a field that you want to scroll through, that entire field is extended and all the contents of that field is open and visible for when you import it into Principle. And this can be kind of annoying because when you're designing it, you will have basically the text going over here, right? It'll interfere with the rest of your design. It'll look like not how it actually looks. But in order for us to prototype the interactions, we do have to extend those fields. And the same thing goes for our horizontal scrollers. So you can see that we did the same thing with these guys, where if in Sketch, if I were to truncate this down, of course there's multiple images, right? But if I were to mask it out, for instance, or something like that, they'll prevent us from being able to interact with it. So wonderful. So we made the changes we needed to, and just do Command S to save here in Sketch. So then now we're back in Principle here, and we can hit the import button, and then we can hit import, and it'll go through our most recent save in Sketch, and it'll update our current cards with that. And then bam, we're back. But now if I go to Cardboard Bot, for instance, we have the issue where that text is going beyond the box where we want it to be. Yeah, it's all there, but it's not appearing the way that we want. And that's because what we have to do now is in Principle, now we need to bring this down to the area in which we want to see it. So what happened is that we got the delegation of the apps mixed up, right? We did this in Sketch when we should have done it in Principle, because Principle is the one that's going to be allowing us to display the things and prototype the things, and is in Principle that we want to truncate down these areas. And it's the same thing as we did with these horizontal scrollers in the last video, if you remember. It was originally out here when we brought it down to back here to make it so that is the live active area of it. So let's test this out. We'll go to Cardboard Bot. Oh, wonderful. Now if we scroll it up and down, we're able to see it. And same thing, let's go over to Terminator. All right, awesome, fantastic. All right, so in the next video, we're going to go over how to go through some of these transitions and customize them and make them look, a little bit nicer or look more interesting. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.